Welcome to Royal Daily Report, your trusted source for royal news and updates. I'm your host, bringing you the latest breaking story from the royal family. Prince Harry has always shown his feelings openly. He has always been honest and real. But in recent months, people close to him say his emotions have changed from gentle to completely broken. Sources say he is not sleeping. He is walking around nervously. He is watching everything online, like someone waiting for something terrible to happen. And one night, according to a legal advisor who has worked with the Sussex team, Harry finally broke down. The advisor claims Harry admitted that Meghan never carried their children, that the official story told to the world was only the version Meghan wanted told, and that he agreed to it because he believed it was needed to protect their family. But instead of protecting it, that secret has become the heaviest burden he has ever carried. A burden so heavy that even palace insiders say Harry now looks like he is falling apart from the inside. This is the moment the fake image started to break. And once that break appeared, the truth began coming out. And this is where the real story begins. Don't forget to subscribe to Royal Daily Report for more exclusive royal updates. This brings us to the woman who now stands at the center of everything. Her name, kept private for legal reasons, is known only as DL, and she is not speaking quietly anymore. DL says she was more than a surrogate. She claims she is the biological mother of both Archie and Lilibet. She says she has the DNA proof. She has the legal papers. She has the emails and the hospital files. And she says she has the truth that Meghan and Harry tried to hide. For years, DL lived quietly under a strict legal agreement, told never to speak, never to show herself, never to exist publicly. She was promised silence. She was promised safety. She was promised payment. But according to her, she received none of those things. No final payment, no recognition, not even a health check after giving birth. Just silence and then being completely erased. And DL says she will not be erased again. To understand how DL became part of this shocking story, we have to go back to late 2018. That was when she was contacted by a middle person connected to a high-end fertility clinic, one used by wealthy families who needed complete secrecy. The message was simple. A high-profile couple needed help. The arrangement would be private, the payment would be good, and her identity would never be connected to the children publicly. She signed the legal agreements. She entered the clinic system. The medical paperwork was created with extreme caution. Every step was taken quietly. So quietly that DL says even the clinic staff were given limited information about who the intended parents were. She carried the pregnancy. She followed every medical instruction. She delivered safely, and then she was pushed out of the story. This is where the story begins to get dark, because what DL says happened next doesn't just challenge the Sussex story. It threatens to rewrite royal history. When Archie was born in May 2019, the world saw happy pictures, positive headlines, and a royal couple telling everyone they wanted privacy. But DL says what the world saw was not the truth. According to her, Archie was already 2 weeks old when Harry and Meghan stepped out to show him to the world. Weeks. That means the famous moment when reporters were told Meghan had just gone into labor was part of a carefully planned story meant to hide the real timeline. DL claims she had already delivered him quietly in Colorado. No royal photographers, no busy hospital scene. Just a private birth, followed by silence. Meanwhile, across the ocean, the palace released unclear statements. Meghan was in labor. Then minutes later, Archie had already arrived. It didn't make sense then, but no one questioned it because the world assumed the Sussexes just wanted a different experience. But DL says that wasn't privacy. It was a planned announcement, a way to present Meghan as a new mother without ever showing a real hospital moment. What makes this even stranger is how Meghan appeared in the days that followed. Perfectly rested, no signs of a difficult labor, standing tall in heels only 2 days after supposedly giving birth. At the time, people said she handled pregnancy beautifully. But now, according to DL's story, the reason Meghan looked perfect was simple. She hadn't been through labor at all. And the introduction of Archie wasn't a celebration. It was a performance. Stay tuned to Royal Daily Report for more breaking developments in this story. If DL is telling the truth, then hiding a pregnancy isn't just about photos or public appearances. It's about paperwork. And according to her, the paperwork is where everything went dark. DL says her name does not appear on any medical file that the public would ever see. Not on the discharge forms, not on the birth certificate, not on a single official document connected to Archie. She claims she was clearly told, "No trace of you can remain," not even a signature. This was done, she says, to keep the royal story clean, to make sure that Meghan looked like she fulfilled the role expected of a royal mother. But even the official documents that do exist raise questions. Months after Archie's birth, Meghan's name was suddenly removed from his birth certificate. At the time, Meghan's spokesperson called it a clerical decision. But now, with DL's claims, some sources believe that change was intentional, a way to keep legal attention away from details that didn't match up. And there's more. DL says the fertility clinic, the middle person, and even the payment records were all designed to keep her identity invisible. She says she wasn't just cut off emotionally, she was cut out legally, as if her involvement had never happened. And yet, behind the scenes, she kept everything: the agreements, the emails, the clinic receipts. She kept them because her silence was supposed to be respected, because she believed she would be paid fairly, because she trusted the system she was entering. But when all of that was taken from her, and when she realized she had been replaced by a story that didn't include her, she decided to stop hiding. And with that, the entire story around the royal births began to fall apart. At first glance, this may look like a private dispute between two adults and a broken contract. But that's not what makes this story shocking. What makes it shocking is royal law. If Meghan did not give birth to Archie and Lilibet, and if no official surrogacy disclosure was made under UK legal requirements, then the children's royal status becomes complicated, very complicated. Royal succession isn't just symbolic, it's legal. It requires family line to be traceable, verifiable, and officially documented. A hidden surrogate breaks every part of that chain. And according to insiders, the palace is quietly terrified. Here's why. 1. The children's titles could be challenged. If Meghan was not legally the mother, their status changes under succession rules. 2. Official documents may no longer match real events, which opens the door to accusations of fraud or lying. 3. Parliament may need to step in. Already members have asked why the births were never independently verified. 4. International paperwork could become invalid, especially Lilibet's US birth registration if it contains wrong maternal information. This is no longer a simple question of did Meghan carry the children. This is now a question of whether the monarchy was misled, whether the public was misled, and whether the entire line of succession was built on a story instead of the truth. Behind palace walls, advisors are reportedly working late into the night. Lawyers are examining every piece of the Sussex story, because if DL presents her evidence publicly, it won't just embarrass the royal family. It may require rewriting royal history. Make sure to subscribe to Royal Daily Report. We bring you the truth behind the palace walls. As the story grows louder, Meghan Markle grows quieter. Not strategically quiet, but missing. No events, no speeches, no polished photo shoots, no surprise podcasts, no carefully staged appearances, not even a simple statement. People who once worked closely with her say that Meghan has gone into a kind of self-imposed lockdown. Hollywood contacts whisper that producers who were once eager to attach her name to projects are suddenly backing away politely. Quietly, but firmly. And it isn't hatred, it's fear. No one wants to stand beside a potential royal disaster. The silence is especially strange because Meghan has never been a woman who hides. She has always been expressive, outspoken, ready to reclaim her story. But now the silence feels less like control and more like planning. She's waiting, watching, studying how bad this will get before she decides her next move. Sources who used to work on her media team said it simply, she's not staying silent because she wants to. She's staying silent because she has to. Because if DL truly steps forward with the documents she claims to have, Meghan's next move may be the most important moment of her entire public life. While Meghan disappears, Harry crumbles. Friends say he's barely recognizable from the energetic prince the world once knew. He's anxious, he's short-tempered, he's drifting away from Meghan and spending long stretches alone. Sources say he is overwhelmed by guilt. Not for choosing surrogacy, that is not a crime, but for choosing secrecy, for agreeing to a story that now threatens to break apart everything he fought to protect. According to someone close to their circle, Harry said, a heartbreaking confession. "I just wanted to protect my family. I didn't think it would go this far." Those words echo through every part of this falling apart saga. Harry once said he left the royal family to shield his loved ones, to create a safer, healthier life. But somewhere along the way, that mission twisted into something else. A performance he could no longer maintain. Now, as DL prepares to speak, Harry faces the hardest truth of all. The story he helped build is collapsing, and he can no longer hold it up alone. While the palace freezes and the Sussexes retreat, DL prepares to step into the spotlight. Her team says she is ready. Ready to speak, ready to show what she has, ready to reveal the truth, she says, was buried beneath legal agreements and royal secrecy. The documents she reportedly holds include signed confidentiality agreements, financial transfers tied to the Sussex Trust, emails exchanged with members of Harry's team, fertility clinic records, a hospital bill with her name where Meghan should have been, photos from inside medical facilities, private travel logs showing movements matching up with the births. If even part of this collection is authentic, it would be enough to spark a legal storm on 2 continents. Her team has hinted at a televised sit-down interview. No editing, no filters, no protective handlers, just DL the documents and the truth as she experienced it. For Meghan and Harry, this is not just a threat, it is a countdown. Because once DL speaks publicly, the Sussex story will be permanently transformed. Not shaped by PR, not shaped by sympathy or media strategy, but shaped by evidence. And evidence changes everything. Subscribe to Royal Daily Report now. Don't miss what happens next in this historic royal scandal. Now the story reaches its final breath. The moment when silence becomes heavier than truth. Across the ocean, Buckingham Palace is still. No denials, no confirmations, only the quiet tension of a centuries-old institution preparing for an earthquake. Inside Montecito, the Sussex home is reportedly tense and silent. To Meghan, hiding from the storm, she feels closing in. Harry, pacing through long, sleepless nights, whispering words no one ever expected to hear from a prince of the realm. And DL, she stands on the edge of history, holding documents that could redefine what it means to be born into royalty. If she steps forward, the public won't just learn a secret. They will watch a fake image fall apart. Because this story is no longer about gossip. It is no longer about rumors or guessing. It is about identity, family line, and truth. The pillars that hold up the royal family itself. For years, the world watched Meghan and Harry create a story of modern love, new beginnings, and emotional honesty. But now, the curtain has been pulled back. And what stands behind it is not a fairy tale, but a crack. A crack getting wider by the day. And if DL brings her evidence into the light, that crack may become the moment royal history turns. A moment when the world realizes that the most carefully created royal story of the modern age was built not on tradition, not on truth, but on silence. The monarchy waits, the public waits, the world waits. And as the countdown continues, one truth rises above all others. When evidence enters the room, even the greatest fake images tremble. And this one is about to fall. This has been Royal Daily Report. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more exclusive royal news and updates. We'll keep you informed as this story develops. Until next time, stay informed, stay connected.